what do they have for supplies and things of that nature?
It's looking pretty meager.
So,
They were planning on like a day trip, so.
perception, survival with my specialty and roughing it to quickly help set up whatever I can for them.
Yeah.
That's a good specialty for survival. I
Yee.
like it.
Absolutely, certainly.
So,
Oh, was it yours?
I helped.
You helped? You're a helper.
as the camera is facing this way, I run off past the camera, come back with a bit here that I'm not seeing with what I'm going that way, and then come back the other way, and then, lo and behold, there's a cache of supplies and a nice little lean-to going on.
Okay, excellent. Easily, you make the lean-to very easily. How many successes did you get?
I haven't rolled yet
Roll,
because
take
I
2
was
dice.
hoping for that.
I was stunting!
1, 2... it's only 3.
Okay.
Yeah, that's above average.
It is.
So yeah, you managed to make a lean-to, and you even decide not to use any of the ropes to lash everything together. Yeah, so you make a very decent lean-to and manage to gather a bunch of rarely used root vegetables that were growing by the trees. Most people don't understand that they are edible because the tops are so minuscule. But
Word.
it's one of those things. You grab the top and pull it out, and it's like a nice big tuber.
Nice.
Enough to probably feed them at least for the day. More if they're careful.
Get a fire going for them and everything too.
Oh yeah, easily.
Please, take your ease here for a moment, friend. Rest up. We'll go on ahead and investigate this.
Thank you. And he sits down, and as he sits down, he draws a couple little protective sigils next to him, just like offhandedly, and starts tending to the fire. And the congregation comes around as well, and they're all nearly as exhausted looking as he is.
Are the sigils just like basic?
Yeah, just like
Don't fuck shit up.
protective wards, just like, oh, this one makes it so no apples fall on my head, and this one like
That
simple
one's
things.
for Ligier.
What I
more like turning off
No,
bad
this
luck.
one's for Ligier. So I would assume that I would probably know one that was maybe a little more encompassing, so to speak.
I would think so.
I would probably just like take a couple of steps back and then draw that one in the sand, and then go off to.
A couple of people notice it and they look warily, but then they like something clicks and they're like, "Oh, okay." Like,
Oh, it's legit.
Got
yeah,
you.
like, I seen that one before.
I like that
I
one.
seen that.
I seen it in my books,
How about
my book learning.
What is even that about?
I'll explain later.
So while you guys are talking, me and my troop, we have already taken off in the direction he's gone. So we're like already halfway there. Slowing, not at the speed he was going. We do the military slow.
He's already
same pace.
investigated the town.
So I have to describe what you see when you're going there. So you know how like if someone's like running through the woods or whatever, like tree branches like snap and stuff, like entire trees are just bent sideways. Like if it was in my direct line, I just moved it.
Something was perfectly in the way, so it's split in
Split
half.
right down the middle. Yeah.
Out of the
absolutely.
way!
There's a stone just cleaved in twain with footsteps going through it.
These are all promising signs.
There may or may not be an elk or two in the trees.
Look at the cleavage.
Totally fine, just a little
Hanging
freaked
by
out.
their antlers.
Ah!
No, they're in the trees, like through the trees.
How did this happen? How did I
Well,
get
I'm
here?
an owl now.
Yeah, you do get out of the small forest pretty quickly. Probably after a quarter mile, you've already cleared it and are back into the wastes. And it's not too much longer after that you can see the village, where you already are. It's empty.
I'm going with you.
Alright.
Uh-huh.
It is completely devoid
Shouting out
of
your people.
living things.
Feel free.
It's a little creepy. A lot of it, like there's like carts that were like on the way to places that are just left there. Almost nothing is disturbed. It's just people put it down
And walk away.
So it's
Yeah.
like people were there and then literally like now they're not
and they
there.
decided to leave because like there's nothing even like, oh, I was putting this away and then I dropped it. No, it's like
Okay.
everything.
Reavers.
Everything is just like we all just got up from the table and walked away.
Okay. Weird.
They all
Previous
just
side,
laid
yeah.
down and died.
Man, how do you wake up dead?
Mouse goes outside. Does it come a rat?
Yes.
I jog / run because I'm assuming that I can do that for quite some time. I dislodge any elks from the trees as I go along, and
It's very kind of
At
you.
least 2.
At least
At
two.
least.
I take one half of the rock and I try and push it back into the other rock.
Just the 2.
Okay. I'm fine with just the 2. I'm gonna see if I'm patient enough to wait for everybody to get there. Nope.
Shocking!
Wow.
I just start going through houses.
Okay.
How many? You said village was going to be a generous statement.
Yeah.
And are they houses?
They are houses, but they're definitely. A lot of them are using large slabs of rock as at least a couple walls.
Okay.
Like fairly well worked, but definitely just like somebody really, really big or somebody really skilled just like got some stone from a quarry or something and like propped up some slabs.
Kind of like Adobe's.
I'm
Kinda.
picturing
Yeah.
Flintstones.
You're
I
not
see it.
horribly wrong.
I see it.
You're not horribly wrong. Yeah, I'd say there's like 18 buildings,
Okay.
and like more than 12 of them are houses, like normal looking multifamily homes.
I start with the biggest house buildings, and then I continue on getting progressively smaller until I'm interrupted by either the rest of them showing up or
Okay.
something else happening.
So yeah, you go through all the buildings. The largest one is part living quarters, part town hall. It had the biggest fire in the middle, and it looked like it had been tended pretty well considering the location. And then from there, after a couple other buildings that seemed to serve some sort of like there's a church there's a church that it wasn't the biggest building, but there was a church. There was a small barracks that looked like mostly hunting tools.
Okay. Was the church the Immaculate Faith?
Yes, but it looked poorly tended.
Okay.
Like
I find somewhere innocuous to write Saul rules in Overrealm. But I make that part of my due diligence.
Why?
Huh? Why not?
Because you
Probably not.
But do you know you're an Exalt? That's because I thought you
I
didn't.
think so.
He forgets.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I think it did.
Okay. Because I asked you last session and you were like, what?
Yeah, I know. I like to use my amnesia to my own, benefit.
Weird that.
Mm-hmm.
something about him was like, I have to write this.
This guy seems cool.
This will be hilarious.
Someone's
know.
going to get a be out of this, and it's probably going to be me.
When you walk around the building and come back to the hall.
Someone's awesome. Leave.
Amnesia.
And then pretty much after that, the buildings get significantly smaller and more house-like. Even the smallest house looks like it's fitting two fairly well-sized families, at least half a dozen each.
Are there any houses that have food that we're cooking?
No. No,
Okay.
any of the food that was cooking is burnt to a cinder.
Balls.
All the fires are out in the village.
Mm.
And cold.
Okay. So whenever I'm found, it looks like I'm digging a grave for someone. It's for all the burnt food.
Save it for the goddamn food.
Joe.
I'm the comic relief, guys.
Man.
For once.
For now.
He's about a foot into his hole when you show up, because I don't picture you spending a whole lot of time looking around in the hills.
It was more like,
Eh.
look around, do I see anything that looks like it should not be there? Nope, moving on.
Yeah, you did not see anything that looked like it should not be there.
Is it going to hurt me? Can I eat it? No. Leaving.
You and your troop show up with him in tow.
With him in tow. You're in my tow.
I said I was leaving after the month, so it was like between those two.
Okay.
So,
It's cramped in
I
there.
look to you. Find anything interesting?
Just a
You are with them right now.
whole bunch of
Here.
really burnt food.
Hmm.
Mm.
I can tell that's upsetting you.
Poured down.
Um,
And then I dump all the burnt food in there. And
I go to the center of the village.
Yep.
oh, that's the town hall.
And do shadow sensing prana.
Okay.
Right?
Is there a range on that, or is it just like the nearest
Just
creature
the
of
nearest
darkness?
creature of darkness.
That's not the times yards in essence. The times 100 yards. Essence
There's a
times
certain
100
number of
yards.
successes that you can get that will help you discern which one is which at closer ranges.
Right.
But
In
there's
which
no
direction
range on
it's
it.
in, right?
It does have the range.
Okay.
It says this charm provides the solar with an additional sense. He may pay one molten roll, blah blah blah, to detect if there are any creatures of darkness within his essence times 100 yards.
Oh.
Yeah, and then if you get extra successes, you get the magnitude, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the upgrade charms expand the range.
Yeah.
I think it's like miles per essence or something.
Yeah, this
Look at you
place.
learning things.
This place is a
Proud of
hovel. You
you.
should be
Yay.
able to get.
Yeah.
So you activate it and you do not sense any creatures of darkness.
Interesting.
Have you seen anybody here? Riddle?
Nope. All the fires are cold.
I turn on my essence sight and
Kind of looks like everybody
comb
just
through the
left.
city.
The bonfires are cold.
Right. This
great.
place seems utterly and entirely devoid of magic.
All right.
Much like you'd expect a small hamlet like this.
Weird. I'm gonna start a summoning circle.
What you doing?
I'm gonna ask the spirit of the hearth to see if they found what happened to their homesteads.
Do you actually know how to do that?
Yes, actually,
So you're good at it?
proficient.
So you won't mess it up?
There will be no mistakes.
Okay.
This is what I do, and I continue doing that.
Okay. So he starts casting a spell.
Are you casting a spell or are you using thaumaturgy?
Thaumaturgy.
Okay.
Thaumaturgy.
I don't have that spell, I don't think.
As above, so below.
But we did establish previously, at least a little bit, that everybody's an exalt to a degree.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
think we all suspected.
I kind of called everybody out, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
we-
not, it
we're
wasn't
all
really
You
directly,
you
but-
called everyone out, but no one acknowledged it. Like we were just like,
And it wasn't like direct, I don't
Yeah.
think.
She did.
I don't remember that. My
Yeah, I
bad.
did.
I say, oh, so you don't know sorcery? I'm very astutely observing.
that's correct.
Oh. For now, I would. Just leave.
Mm-hmm.
Wanna show up?
Absolutely. You do show up and you're holding an antler because one of them had already cracked off.
And I'm right after you.
You still look very clean. I keep moving.
I'm gonna go
Thank
watch
you.
him do the thing.
Did you want this? Found it. On that elk.
Sure. Thank you. She just like puts it through like a slot in her jacket. There's a belt loop there now because I said so. And then she goes off to watch that be a thing.
On this, it's yours.
I hope you like
Thank
it.
you.
You didn't have enough pointy bits.
Just in case I get too
It's
close.
good
like-
decoration.
I'll just like mount it to
Very
one of my
good, Al.
guns in case I need a bayonet.
Oops.
Ah!
Oh god.
It's a whole lot of essence you're throwing at that.
Thaumaturgy takes hours, doesn't it?
It's not a quick process.
Yeah. So I assume like while it's passed. 4, 5, 6, 7,
Why don't you bring a
8,
fidget cube
9,
over?
Because it's my coat.
10,
Brand new table.
11,
Goes around fucking head again. What a dick.
11.
Grab it for me.
Jeez.
Yeah, you managed to successfully thaumaturge the thing. After hours go by, what are you guys up to?
Training.
Just over there. It's like bench pressing a house.
Yeah. Because there's no cattle, right? It's like there's no living things left.
No.
Nothing.
Okay.
Spirit detecting glance. When I get there.
No, there's no ghosts.
No spirits, no demons, no
Nothing,
things.
nothing milling about. This place is, well, normally it'd be called a ghost town, but in creation that has a much different connotation.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to figure
go
out.
ahead.
I'm gonna try to figure out what caused everyone to leave because I know how Shadowlands are created. I know that that's what happened there, and I think I don't know. I always don't know how much we know about abyssals because they're very new.
don't.
We don't. Okay.
Nothing.
So I would want to figure out
They don't even
why
exist.
somebody would want that. That's what I'm doing.
Does anybody actually have any dots in investigation?
I have 2, 3. I have 3.
Sure
Yeah,
don't.
Chill.
I got 2.
Look at me doing cased things.
I have amended what I'm doing, though. I'm doing handstand push-ups with the roof to one of the houses on my feet. Like one of the big stone slabs.
My goodness.
I'm circling the village, kind of doing a ward against evil,
I'm gonna roll my
barbarian shit.
Here we go.
Shannon.
Barbarian magic.
Yeah.
We run around in circles screaming and things run away.
Take it
Because
out.
it's warding.
Thank you.
Oh,
You know, I wasn't before. I was more stately, but now I think I'm doing that.
Carmen,
Come on.
Yes.
when you came by and like you took note of what I'm doing, I do. When this should take me maybe a couple hours. When in that time, could you round everybody up to?
Sure.
Thank you.
Doing that. So
So I'm not running, but I am walking very purposefully, and I'm being very loud.
Stalking.
Y'all get out of here now!
Pretty much.
This is my.
Let no evil in this place, motherfucker, because I got a club.
It's like barbarian magic. I can't see them, they can't see me. I can't see them, they can't see me. I can't see them, they can't see me. What does that guy do?
6.
Murder.
Alright, excellent.
I'm one with force. Force is one with me. I'm the one with force.
As you're combing through the area with your 6 successes on an investigation,
I bought some, just in case.
6 successes being Sherlockian levels of deduction, you actually do discover, quite horrifyingly, in a crawl space in one of the mid-sized homes, like in the crawl space, a spilled drink, a snack scattered across the ground, and nail marks.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh. Damn.
Hmm.
Feels.
What? How large are the claw marks?
Not very.
They're
Where's-
small.
They're small.
Where's Shade?
They small. Oh man.
It's at that exact realization you realize you saw no one that looked to be a youth in the group of parishioners.
Okay. So I'm gonna think about that and consider.
Mid-20s was like the young people.
Okay.
Really tired or slightly dead?
So I'm gonna have that in mind. I am gonna go like round everybody up, but while I'm going to search for everybody, I am like taking stock, like he did, like of the buildings and everything, and trying to figure out just actually trying to remember how many like nooses we saw.
Yep.
And how basically I'm trying to think, oh god, that was a kid. Oh god, were they all kids? Oh god, how many kids might have lived here?
Oh no, there was... if they were all kids that were hung, this would have been a very strange village.
Okay.
The ratio to adult to child would be very,
Okay.
very odd.
That makes me feel a little bit better.
Be like the Dugars, but like every single family.
Okay. That makes me feel better as I go and try
A
to grab
family with
everybody.
like 20 kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're terrible. I hate them.
But yeah, no, there were...
Okay.
Nobody
that's
was spared.